Philip Rivers is back in uniform after nearly 5 years of retirement. The Colts signed him to their practice squad this week after Daniel Jones tore his Achilles and put them in an absolutely desperate situation. Although Rivers has yet to be activated, he's trending to be the starter for the Colts against the Seahawks on Sunday. So, according to DraftKings Sportsbook, Rivers has shorter odds to record an interception than a passing touchdown. I don't know if that's all that surprising, but nonetheless. But with Rivers' return to the field, he now has the third shortest odds to win comeback player of the year. So that's a fun story. But let's talk about the start that he's going to have against the Seattle Seahawks here. Is it fair or foul? As a reminder, Riley Leonard did practice in full this week, so he seemingly is healthy enough to go. Fair or foul to have Philip Rivers as your starting quarterback this weekend against the Seahawks? Go ahead, Stephen A. What do you think?
I think it's foul. I think it's foul. I'm worried about the welfare of Philip Rivers. I'm not playing. Everybody think about, can the Colts win with him? I'm thinking, can you get out alive Sunday? Seriously, I'm very worried about this brother, Cam. I'm dead serious. And I don't understand for the why. I'm like, you gonna call somebody that's 44 years old? I mean, how come you didn't call Cam Newton? Why didn't you call him? I'd be less worried about you. I'd be less worried about you physically.
I said that Monday.
I'd be very less worried about you. And this is no knock. I'm dead serious. I'm not even thinking about whether or not Philip Rivers can throw the ball. I know he's been retired for 5 years. I get it. But I'm thinking about a father of 10 who is a grandpa, who is 44 years old and hasn't played in 5 years. And the very first time you step on a football field is against that defense in Seattle. Listen, these brothers are ferocious anyway on their own. But I ask, and I'll just say this because people need to hear from RC. They need to hear from Cam on this. I'm asking, isn't there a difference between somebody just being on the field and you going after them and you feeling insulted? Because how dare y'all think that you can grab this brother at 44 years of age that ain't played in 5 years, and your first time playing, you gonna put him against us? No preseason, no training camp, none of that, no OTA, nothing. You gonna get him, he was coaching high school football last week. He ain't been playing. You gonna put him against us? And I'm going like this. Look, man, you ain't got to play football to understand what I'm saying. I'm talking about Seattle. I'm saying those men are looking at it. Oh, so that's what y'all gonna do. You think you gonna put this brother on the field? Because even if they don't sack him, RC Cam, how much wood they gonna put on him? Yep. How much hat's gonna touch him? They gonna touch him all afternoon long. He can try to get rid of that football in 2 seconds if he want to. They coming for him, Shay. They coming for him because it's insulting. Am I wrong?
No. Cam, agree or disagree? What's Stephen A?
I disagree. And I know the popular pick was to say, well, why didn't you come get me? Well, why didn't you hit my agent up? Well, I'm not going to go that route. You don't make a desperation acquiring, an athlete just to have him sit behind and sit back. Now, there has been history, in the philosophical world for Philip Rivers. So it's not too much to ask. I guess what Shane Steichen and Jim Bob Cooter, the offensive coordinator, is basically saying is, hey, we just need you competent to go not win the game, but just don't lose the game. And we've heard that time and time and time again. I think they're going to play behind their defense. They're also going to play behind, an MVP candidate in Jonathan Taylor. You have the bones, so to speak, to really compete for a Super Bowl contention. We don't need our quarterback to go out and throw for 300-plus yards. We just don't need our quarterback to go out and throw 3 interceptions. And I think Philip Rivers is capable of doing that. Now, for the Indianapolis Colts, there's so much to kind of unpack here because, number one, you see a guy like Aaron Rodgers, who is 41, and he had a game a couple weeks ago where he looks like the guy from the Allstate commercial with the strip over his nose bleeds and things like that. And you see guys like Tom Brady who plays at an elite level, in his 40s. But this is not necessarily the case. I don't see, the Indianapolis Colts asking Phillip Rivers to throw more than 20 to 25 times a game, especially early on. And if he's able to do that, protecting the football, then the Indianapolis Colts have an opportunity to make a run and still have everything in their sights forward for the season.
I think Shane Steichen is an offensive genius. I truly do. I think the way that Shane Steichen has manipulated this offense with Daniel Jones at the quarterback position this year has been absolutely phenomenal. I believe this is foul, as the question asked. I believe this is incompetent, and I also believe it is irresponsible. This is not Michael Jordan coming back to play basketball after 3 years off for the Washington Wizards. This is a man in Phillip Rivers who was always a stationary target, taking 5 years off to coach high school football and then come back to play against the Seattle Seahawks, who will get after your keister if you were freaking Michael Vick. The one thing that Riley Leonard can do, because I watched him do it for 15 games last year, is get out of the way. If you watch the game against the Jacksonville Jaguars last week, he was able to use his legs, scramble, hit Alec Pierce. He had a late touchdown drive in that game. He's been there the entire season. By the way, the last 5 years, he's been playing football. He's been working out. He's been preparing to be an NFL quarterback. Phillip Rivers has not. I think Phillip Rivers had a Hall of Fame career. I don't believe he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, but when you walked into a stadium to play Phillip Rivers, you had to tighten up your chin strap because you knew he was going to compete. If I'm the Seattle Seahawks, I want to see him move off the spot, and I want to see it from every point that he passes the football. I don't give a care how much you hand it to Jonathan Taylor. I don't care how great you think your defense can play. Phillip Rivers should not be starting this game. And if he comes out and he plays well and he stays healthy, I'm not going to retract this statement because it is a bad decision to put him out there. And don't get me wrong. Somebody call me after 5 years and say you can play, I might go try to give him a play too. Phillip ain't wrong. Shane Steichen and the Colts are.
Look. We've been raving about the Seattle Seahawks defense all year long. They are number 2 in points allowed. They are 6th in yards allowed. They are 4th against the rush, about 11th against the pass. They hunt you, though. We all know this. And I'm looking at them right now, and I'm saying to myself, they got a home game.
It's bad enough you going against Seattle. You on the road. This is in Seattle. Cam, you know something about playing in Seattle? You know something about playing this? That crowd?
Can't hear. That's it.
Oh, my Lord. I'm like, and he's a stationary target. And he's an old man in football parlance. And they're like, yo. And I mean, it's so bad. It might be Ali Holmes when Holmes was beating him up and Holmes cried because he had to, he was begging them to stop this, because I don't want to do what I'm going to have to do. That's going to be the Seattle Seahawks Sunday. Every time he's on the ground, it's like, it's almost going to be like, they're going to look at him like, stay down, bro. Stay down, because we coming again. I'm just, see, Cam.
He's so tough.
He's tough. Nobody's questioning his toughness or anything like that. He's tough, right? But Cam, here's what I'm saying to you. Bro, everybody ain't you. Everybody ain't you.
Yeah.
They can put you on the field right now. Okay, listen, let me tell you something right now. Whether you're effective or not, it's no doubt you can absorb a level of, it's not beyond the realm of comprehension that
He's a little more intimidating.
Can absorb a level of punishment that most humans can't. These brothers are coming for him. I'm very, very scared for him.
I stepped down off a Suburban the other night in the Uber, and I was scared about my knees.
So
Listen,
here we go.
if it goes,
I'll say this real quick.
Go ahead, Cam.
Real quick. You don't bring a guy like Phillip Rivers on your roster if you don't have no intent to have him start eventually. It may be a lot this week because it's the first week getting back into the groove of things, but eventually over these last 3 to 4 games of the season, they're pushing him towards saying, hey, we've lost our quarterback for the rest of the year. We're going to need somebody to come in. So if it's not necessarily this year, I believe, Shane Steichen has a plan in place to say, hey, if it's not this year, it may not be the next week, but we're going to give the reins to a Phillip Rivers movie.
Okay. Well, I don't know that it gets easier for the Colts. They have the Seahawks. They have the Seahawks this weekend. Then they have the Niners, the Jags, and the Texans to end the season. So if he doesn't play in this game, he can play against the Texans? Like, none of this is good.
Let the camera look at this. How I'm going to be watching Sunday's game.